Yo, good morning and welcome to week 2 of the Destination Fantasy podcast. I'm sighing because it's a lot that happened. I took a L last week, but nevertheless, I'm here with two of my brothers, Mr. West and Mr. Reed. How y'all doing today?
Wonderful, gentlemen. A little exhausted, but I'm here. Week 2 football. It's always a good thing to be able to come on here. When your reality team is 1-0, and they won the previous week, and you did well in fantasy as well. So I'm in 4 leagues. I won three out of 4 last week. So that I consider that a pretty good week.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I kind of feel like Jamar's selling like medication right now. He's working for like one of these big pharma companies. He gives us our introduction, but he kind of skips past a little, little hump real quick. You know how they like tell the side effects, like may cause drowsiness, this, and you may die, but take our medicine. That's our introduction this morning. Hey, own your L, bro. Own your L. Oh my man, this is a beautiful day. My fantasy teams did well, both leagues that I play in. Cause I only play in 2 leagues. But my reality team did lose. But I ain't worried about it. We about to come back this week, and I know Jamar cheering for us this week. We playing against Green Bay. Go Colts.
Yes,
We on the same side this week.
yes, we are allies this week in reality. Speaking of reality, my team did come back from 17 down, but a win is a win on that one. My fantasy, somehow I'm in 8 leagues. I don't know.
My God, is that a career? That got to be a career high, bro. Right?
No. Before COVID, I was in double digits. So
Holy crap!
but I would say a lot of them.
How do you have time to watch real football and enjoy your own team? Because it's like, oh, man, I need this player to do this player to do that. Like, I just want to sit and watch. That's why I only play in like 2, maybe 3 leagues. I want to cheer for my Colts.
So I mean, here's the deal. Like my team, my Bears, they take precedence over fantasy for me. So I got two screens on. I got my Bears on. I'm watching, and then I got Red Zone on my tablet. So in between plays, I'm checking out different things. But nevertheless, Bears beating the Titans. I don't care how they get it done. They got it done. And then as far as fantasy, I was looking real ugly until I got Jake Moody in a couple of leagues, and hey, he dropped 26 for me and got me a couple wins. So I'm gonna just leave that at that. Real quick before we even get to the main event, War Eagle, good morning. Stafford, Burrow, or Daniels this week? If I'm not mistaken, the Rams are on the road against Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
Burrow's going to quote unquote Burrowhead to play the Chiefs. I don't know if the Commanders are home or away against the Giants. I don't know.
Look at it. I think they're home. I think.
But just on surface, Daniels looking like
they're
Commanders at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leading Jaden Daniels on this one.
Against
the Giants. Giants are on the road.
Man, that's
like Washington is one and a half point favorites here. So, I like where you're going with this, Jamar. Jaden Daniels. I mean, the dude can get it done up on the ground. I think head coach said that they don't want to make this guy a running back, right? Like they want to limit the times that he is able to rush, lengthen this guy's career. And I know, but him being able to run the football is what made him great at LSU, and that's going to take him forward inside the NFL. I think Jamar kind of more so got me sold here. Stafford without Puka Nacua is a little bit of an anomaly there. I just think that gives you kind of QB2 territory, if I'm not mistaken. Not saying that he's a bad play, but I kind of look at Stafford as a QB2. Burrow, I'm kind of more so fading this week, just until I can see like what's going on with that offense. Like, what are they going to be? Jaden Daniels has a prime opportunity against the Giants defense. here that is, very lackluster, as we all know. Shout out to Bobby Okereke, though, because like he's still been doing his thing up on that defense. I know it's no ex guy, Foster, but yeah, yeah. You got me sold, Jamar. I'm taking Jaden James here too.
Kind of the piggyback, I'm going Stafford because just like you said with Joe Burrow, I want to see this offense do something. You didn't see a whole lot done down in Tampa Bay last week when they played. And the Giants' defense, they may not be that good, or maybe my guy Sam Darnold is that guy. No, he's not really my guy. I just think that he's going to have a pretty decent year. Just put that out there. But like with Stafford, we know what he can do. And then as mentioned earlier, Cooper Kupp's back. So let's see how Cooper Kupp and we've had a history of Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, he gonna sling that ball. He gonna sling it. No diddy. But yeah, I'm rolling with Stafford on this one just because of just because we know he's gonna throw the ball. So yeah.
All right. Fair enough. All right, so gentlemen, we had a game on Thursday. And even before I get into any statistics, we had a situation on the field. So Tua, as we know, back in 2022, had multiple concussions during that season. I want to say 3 to be exact. And now on Thursday, even my cat is a little frightened about Tua. I mean, it was bad enough. So I was at the point to where I feel like the game for the Dolphins itself was just going bad, because I'm sitting here questioning the play calling all game and the interceptions left and right. And then, on the 4th down play near the red zone, in the red zone, Tua makes a play. We haven't seen Tua like move like that with a ball. I don't know how many and how long, but nevertheless, he gets the 1st down. Instead of sliding, goes head first into, out of all people, DeMar Hamlin, right in the chest area, head, goes right into it. It seemed like just a routine collision in the NFL, nothing like out the ordinary, no head hunts or anything. And once again, on the back, fencing position, the rest is history. We are, at the end of the day, there's plenty of information out here as far as CTE, concussions, all this stuff. And, Tua's a grown man, but he has a family, all this stuff, loved ones. At the end of the day, it's going to be up to Tua to decide if he wants to retire or not. But just in general, do you all have any thoughts about the situation? And then we can, move on.
It's important, man. I think you mentioned it. You saw, the love that head coach had for his QB when he was walking over to the side, kissed that man, right up on top of the dome, told him that, you are our quarterback. But most importantly, he said that you are your family's quarterback. So I think that was the QB1. I think that was, really great that McDaniels did that to Tua, who, like you already mentioned, Jamar suffered multiple concussions over a couple of years ago. I mean, I think he had 2 in the same game, is what they were calling it. In that same very game, he was hit twice. But it wasn't even more so like the hit. It was, his head jarring back up against like the field that actually triggered, those concussions. But it's like, I think you kind of got to look at like the big picture. And I was going through like looking at some things like, what if Tua was to retire? How much money would he still be able to receive? And he's actually entitled to a huge chunk of that recent contract that he signed with the Dolphins, which is pretty good to be able to keep his family in good, stands while he battles whatever he's battling. But this is super serious because Tua is young. You know what I mean? But you never want to see something like that, man. I kind of more so feel bad for DeMar Hamlin being in that position that he was in, because he's catching a lot of attention for it for all the wrong reasons because of what happened to him. He's been playing fantastic, by the way, since he's been elevated to like the starting position. But it's kind of more so unfortunate that this thing has to happen, but it is a serious case here. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, Sean. My thing is like, hey, retire, retire, retire. Andrew Luck's hanging up right here, right behind me. I know I catch a lot of slack and stuff for that, but Andrew Luck made a decision based on his health, and just long-term health as well. Surgery or surgeries. I know it's like different, um, but yeah, this is your brain. You got to protect your brain. And he has to, just as a father and stuff myself, you want to be there for your family as well, long term, and you don't want this to have a long term effect on your life. So that's my first take with it. Hopefully he makes that decision, because there's not a price that you can put on somebody's life. Uh, yeah, if that was the case, some of these millionaires and billionaires would live forever. Um, but hopefully makes a decision to go ahead and step away. And yeah, that's on that. But then the second thing was, I was thinking about, I was like, okay, what could the Dolphins do to still be an effective offense, and to continue on. And one of the names that I've been kind of looking at, as a replacement, was maybe Mac Jones. Mac Jones, go get him from Mac Jones. Mac Jones can sling it. We know he can sling it. We seen him slinging it at Bama. He had to sit underneath Bill Belichick, and that I'll call it stale offense, for a while. And right now he's backing up Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence ain't going nowhere. So, why not revitalize your career and, opportunity, step in, and that could be something to, revitalize his career. And I think that would be a good, I think that would be great for the Dolphins and with the tools they have. So, yeah, retirement, and then I think about replacement. I mean, why not Mac Jones?
All right, you know what? That's a perfect quote unquote segue to this question here about War Eagle. He said, I have Tyreek. Should I trade him or keep him? And that was where I was going with the fantasy side of it. So as we know, without Tua in that offense, it creates problems for anybody else that you have on that team. Like, let's just take the Band-Aid off. Like, if you have Tyreek Hill, if you have Jalen Waddle, you're definitely affected by it for sure. I mean, my initial answer is probably say yes, but then it's like, what value are you going to get at this point? Because everybody knows that they don't have Tua, so it's like, really, what point? I mean, what value would you get for Tyreek Hill right now? Like, what would you need back to salvage that? Because more than likely, Tyreek Hill went top 3 in most drafts. If not top 3, definitely top 5.
Oh yeah, he definitely wouldn't drop it outside the top 5, bro.
And I think what we have the show right before we did week 1, when we were talking about like splitting hairs between certain wide receivers at the top, and we was talking based on quarterback play, and so now, this is front and center. So what value could we get back to make it okay to trade a Tyreek Hill? Because you for darn sure you're not getting equal value. That's first and foremost. So throw that out the window. But what value would you be okay getting something back to trade Tyreek Hill?
Well, I know it's like we're gonna get to this later on, but hey, it's just week 1. It's just week 2. So like, pump the brakes on that, because we don't know what the long-term quarterback is gonna be for them for the rest of the year. Now, worst case, like, it'd be terrible if you went and traded Tyreek Hill and maybe they did get a serviceable quarterback, or maybe they did something like what the Browns did, and got like somebody like a Joe Flacco. Joe gonna sling that ball, and you think Joe Flacco can't hit Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle? So I will pump the brakes on that for a couple of weeks to see how the quarterback situation plays out before you make that trade. But I trade him for other reasons.
I can see it both ways. Because, like, if I am to trade Tyreek Hill, like, a piece of my mind saying, like, let me do it like now. Let me do it like quickly to see what sort of value I can get from him. And I'm with you, Jamar. You may not be able to get top tier value for this guy. As we sit in week 2 currently, like, everybody knows the situation. ESPN is making its rounds. All sports, companies and blogs are like this is like a main subject. So like unless you're living under a rock, you already know what's going on with Tua Tagovailoa. But I can see a trade being here because maybe you have someone that can believe that, okay, I think the situation is going to be okay. If you can receive, obviously you would need another receiver in return. I don't like trading receivers for receivers, right? Like I don't. Maybe you can get an RB2 and a wide receiver 2.5, maybe, or something like that in return. It just has to make sense, War Eagle. But it's like, if it doesn't make sense to you at this current time, if it isn't a name that is going to like stand out, that you know that you're going to get immediate value, somebody is going to be a mainstay inside of your lineup, don't do it. Like, don't do it. Just go ahead and wait it out. But shopping them, you definitely should do that just to be able to see what you would get for him in return at this moment.
Yeah. So the last thing I would say into all this is, if you are to trade him, the only thing I would say is whoever you get in return, they need to be a starter. Somebody that you have to put in your lineup week in and week out, that you're not even questioning, that needs to be in your lineup. So that's all I would say with that, if you're going that route. But to Walter's point, I mean, it is week 2, maybe to a certain degree, pump the brakes and see exactly what the Dolphins plan on doing going forward. So we got a little time, but then again, we blink and it's gonna be Christmas. So but yeah, fellas,
when do you have Tyreek Hill in our league?
I don't.
Okay, I'm about to say, because I was gonna ask, like, maybe name off a couple of wide receivers. Like, would you trade him for a George Pickens?
Ooh,
Michael Pittman?
Definitely Pittman, yes. For sure.
Thanks, guys.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Darnell Mooney. What about, would you trade him for Mooney?
Hell no.
I'm just joking. What about DJ Moore?
I can see that. I can see a DJ Moore.
Boy, I'm about to try to make this trade in our league. Neither one of y'all better not veto.
Look, I'm not even on the philosophy of vetoing trades unless it's just something that's just we talking about trading. Let's just say Tyreek Hill for a kicker. Then yeah, we gonna have a problem.
Hey, hold on now. What was that old boy from Baltimore now? Justin Tucker coming out there with that toe now. Hold on. That
second string punter, we gonna have a problem. But all right, we did have a game. Bills winning there, and pretty much they still own the Dolphins. But the key points of this game was James Cook with the hat trick. Apparently, we got just 2 straight weeks where running backs coming out with hat tricks with touchdowns. Unfortunately, I went against James Cook in the Dynasty League to somebody on this panel, so it happens.
Oh, you got him too?
Dude, I got him in 3 leagues.
Oh man,
I'm a huge James Cook fan.
We feasting on the host, man. We bad guests right now.
Yeah, man. Dude, he was phenomenal, man. Like he was really good. He was so good that, Josh Allen did not even, like, he didn't have to do anything. Like, even from a reality and a fantasy perspective, only thing he did was hand the ball off. James Cook tossed a little TD to him in the red zone. James Cook was very, very good. I think this is going to be something that we're going to see going forward. Not to this degree. It ain't going to be a hat trick every week. But we've seen over the course of the last couple of weeks with this Buffalo offense, they don't have no number one guy right now. But they do believe in a run-heavy philosophy. I think that's the agenda that they are pushing. And I think, James Cook, both James Cook and we already know how Josh Allen can be a TD vulture. That's just something that he does, and I benefit from it in multiple leagues, But it's one of those things that I feel like both of these guys can be able to be league winners off of this, and I'm being dead serious. Josh Allen is Josh Allen, but I really like James Cook ADP this year. So a lot of people got to be feeling pretty good about drafting this guy, man. Again, it ain't gonna be a hat trick every week, but I mean, he was outstanding in Thursday's game.
Definitely was. And then the only bright spot from a fantasy perspective for the Dolphins was Devon Achane.
Too good.
I mentioned earlier I was questioning the game, the play calling for the Dolphins, because they just kept giving him the ball. I don't have anything wrong with that, but it's like, you became very predictable. But nevertheless, volume with that talent, I mean, it was bound to score, and he definitely scored. So, nevertheless, if you have Achane and or Mostert in fantasy, you're feeling pretty good, especially based on the unfortunate situation. So yeah, that's that. All right. So for today, we found out yesterday, Christian McCaffrey placed on IR. Jordan Mason, we saw what he did against the Jets. We know that if you are a player in Kyle Shanahan's system, you are destined for success. Not necessarily to say that Christian McCaffrey wouldn't have been successful without the system, because we saw what he did in Carolina, but nevertheless, Jordan Mason comes right on in, and voila, he helped Ian, win a league by that last second replacement last week, and now Jordan Mason going forward for at least the next 4 games. He's the RB1 for that team, and in my opinion, is definitely an RB1
and fantasy as well. Yeah.
Yes, each and every week going forward. All right, really quick. Foxborough, good morning. 16-man PPR. First question: Kyler Murray or Goff? I have Marvin Harrison Jr. for Murray. No receivers for Goff. So, and you got 3 questions in total, but let's answer this first one here. Murray against Stafford. What's that? Arizona Rams, and then Goff has the Buccaneers, which should be a pretty good game too. So both are pretty good environments.
Jared Goff. Kyler Murray's got to be able to see that over that offensive line, even give Marvin Harrison the ball. You don't want to tie too many points into it, because if Harrison doesn't have a great game, yeah, I roll with Jared Goff. Like that offense, yeah. Murray and them, they've got to prove it. I mean, I know the Buccaneers are going to have they're going to put up a fight against, yeah. Like you said, it's going to be a good game, but I mean, I see Jared Goff.
I can see both of these teams, both of these QBs giving similar fantasy output. Like, I really can. I can see Kyler Murray actually being okay. I can see him being okay this week. Just this week. I'm looking at the matchup or whatever of both teams. I know that the Buccaneers defense is, a little bit more stout than the Rams at this current time. So I think that they're going to give similar production. If I had to rank both of these QBs based upon terms of matchup and just, playability for week 2, I would say that they would be neck and neck, in my opinion. And one truly doesn't separate the other. And just for him having Marvin Harrison Jr. may push me towards that way. But the only thing that's pulling me back is knowing that this man only had 1 catch last week. I know that they want to get him involved. Like, I know that they want to make that a priority, is to be able to get him the football, which was asinine that he said that wasn't his job to be able to do that, because come on, man, like that literally is your job, to play quarterback and hit the open receiver. You know what I'm saying? And we clearly see him doing a wave.
Right.
So that's your, that is your job to be able to do that. So, if I'm going safe, I'm going Goff. If I'm going safe here. But upside is telling me to play Kyler. So, and again, both of these guys are giving me similar production.
We don't even know if Tampa Bay. Well, I'm saying Tampa Bay is going to have good defense, but they played against Washington last week. Washington.
Mm-hmm.
That's like practice, not a game. That's practice.
Ooh! Shout out to Allen Iverson.
Always, but all right. I'm still off. It's okay. Yeah.
I agree with Deshaun as far as this. Like, for me, it's like a coin flip.
Mm-hmm.
So Tampa, like, by default, has a better defense, but I'm just throwing this out there. Antoine Winfield's not playing. They also got another corner that's not playing. Their secondary is
banged up. Yeah.
Yes, to say the least. So I'm thinking about that caveat. Then on the other side of it, so the Rams, as we saw, can be scored on easily. But another thing that sticks out to me is the fact that how the Lions who just happened to play them, was running the ball all over the Rams. So it might turn into a James Conner game. Who knows? Based on the game flow, that could easily turn into James Conner 2-touchdown type performance. But what I do know is that pocket passers, as opposed to dual threats, have to do a lot more with their arm to make up the points. So that's where I'm at. That's why I'm saying this is a coin flip. The safer pick is definitely Jared Goff, because if Jared Goff throws 300 yards and throws for 2 touchdowns, you're good at that point. You're good, which you could easily do because you can throw in Tampa. It's a lot easier to throw in Tampa than it is to run the ball in Tampa. That's just what it's been for the last several years. So I would lean, if I had to choose, I lean Goff, but I would not have any problem playing Murray. So second one really quick as we can keep it pushing. Need 2 running backs, Montgomery, Eckler, Dwaddle, and Hubbard. All right, so we definitely starting Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Eckler, they got the Giants. Dwaddle plays the Saints. Hubbard, if I'm not mistaken, plays the Chargers. So who's more likely to score? Maybe Dwaddle, whatever.
I'm going Eckler still.
I was gonna say Eckler too.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go. I'm gonna still go Eckler.
All right, fair enough. I'll roll with you on that. And then last one, Patriots D or Saints D. Saints play the Cowboys. Patriots play the Seahawks. I would say Patriots. I'll say the Patriots.
Yeah.
And the Saints play who now?
Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Patriots.
At the beginning of the season, that you gotta get the Cowboys those bunnies early.
I mean, one thing they're going to do is make it competitive. They're going to try to put up some points. That's always Dallas's thing.
Yeah, so, good luck to you, Foxborough. All right, we got one from Millie Mills. What's good, fellas? New here. I see a Colts fan. I just made a trade for A-Rich. How y'all feel about him this week?
Take it away, Walter.
Feel good about him. As long as we're not going off completion percentage, he can make those big plays, make the plays with his arms, with his legs. As long as he can stay healthy. I mean, we're one game down without a scratch on him. I mean, I think, eventually he'll probably be your number 1 quarterback in fantasy if he can stay healthy. Just because of the dual threat and the big playability. You got Alec Pierce. He's that people are like, well, he kind of like disappeared last year. That's because Gardner Minshew can't throw the ball over 15 yards. So now you have that quarterback with the big arm. I think we're getting Josh Downs back this week, so that's another weapon for him. So I think he's going to be good. I think he'll be really good. He's going to be like that. Was it Josh Allen's like number 1 fantasy QB right now, or has been for the last couple of years?
Yeah,
it's going to be the same exact thing with him as long as he can stay healthy. And I think it was a good trade. I would like to know, what did you trade for him? What did you have to give up?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing, considering that. So as we know, my cousin Victor is a big Colts fan as well, and we talk about this, from time to time. He really wasn't sold up on the guy, but I mean, last week, I seen a guy, stumbling back, slips on an ice cube and tosses the ball 60 yards into the air with just the flick of the wrist. It was beautiful, bro. It was crazy. His arm strength is crazy. And I like the comparison. I like the Josh Allen comparison. I really do. I like Cam Newton a little bit more. I can see him and Cam because of via completion percentage a little bit more than Allen. I'm being honest here. I'm being completely honest. But it's something exciting about Anthony Richardson, and I wasn't able to land him in any leagues. He was going way earlier than what I was expected, and for good reason. I think that the Colts actually have something in his dude. If he can kind of shape this completion percentage up, starting to hit the targets downfield and, just get a better awareness as far as passing vision. Like on Madden, like the old school Madden, they had the
QB vision.
Yeah, the QB vision. I think he just got that teeny tiny one right now that you have to move around the field.
Bro, that was the
Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had his like this.
Dude, it's crazy. because it's the short passes where he was like missing on, and like you can work, which he did really good in his 4 games last year. It's like seemed like that's what they were working on. So he improves that. I think he'll be fine. But then he threw another dart to, oh God, Jesus, I cannot think of the guy's name. Ashton Doolin. Like he threw a dart, and it was downfield, maybe 15, 20-yard pass, like zip straight into him. But they say like one of his issues is like he doesn't know when to like dial it back when he's throwing. So he's putting like a lot of mustard on those on the passes, and boys are dropping them or it's getting there. So that's what he's got to work on, with the time. I think he's just putting too much on it.
Man, so you mentioned Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson. In my opinion, they all come from the Cam Newton tree, the Cam Newton prototype tree. Without Cam Newton, I feel like we wouldn't even see these type of quarterbacks right now. First and foremost, yeah, I am curious to see who we did trade for him. I don't know if you answered that yet. I don't see it, but look, as far as today's matchup, I mean, you can definitely run on Green Bay. I don't see Green Bay scoring that many points today, knowing Malik Willis is their starting quarterback, who has never thrown a touchdown in his NFL career. So I see a lot of JT and Anthony Richardson today. So yeah, I feel good about this weekend, especially since you see that I'm a Bears fan. So me and Mr. West are allies today. So get her done for the shoe, whatever the hashtag is. Let's go. And Millie Mills, like, subscribe, share, continue to rock with us. And also, I'm going to put the link to the Discord here in a second, as soon as I can find it. Bam. And for anybody that has not joined the Discord, here's the link coming your way. All right, so Awful said, I'm in a bad position with CMC going on IR. Which running back would you start? Javonte Williams, Jaleel McLaughlin, Rico Dowdle, Chase Brown, Gus Edwards. Yeah, it's bad. So my question is, okay, he answered it. Full PPR. All right.
I'm gonna just go, and say this, that your situation matches your name here. Awful. Like I just said the same thing, man. I just said the same thing. His situation matches his name. I feel for him. I really do.
How Millie gonna comment on somebody's stuff, but ain't even tell us like who he traded for AR?
Hey, Millie, he want to know about his guy, man. He want to talk some more Colts, bro. So
no, I just want to see who he traded for.
No, we got it down here. We'll get to it. He responded.
Okay. All right.
I'm thinking maybe it'll be one of the
I'm leaning Chase Brown.
Are you really?
Yes, because they play the Chiefs. They gonna have to score. That's the pass catching back. I'm not touching a Broncos running back going against the Steelers, going against your team. I'm not doing that.
Ooh.
Dowdle, I'm not so. Gus Edwards in a PPR format. I mean, maybe he finds the end zone, but I'm just thinking about straight game flow. Chase Brown. And no, I don't have the warm and fuzzy because this is a awful situation. So.
No, I can see that. But it's something that says McLaughlin to me today. I don't know. I mean, call it the the curse of the terrible towel. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just I think I'm gonna go with McLaughlin for today anyway.
I was going to say the same thing, Deshaun. Where's that game at?
It's in Denver.
Where's the game?
It's in Denver.
Okay. This is that, yeah. I don't know why, but yes.
All right. Well,
Gus Edwards is 29.
Huh?
Gus Edwards is 29.
He's been in the league for a while, bro. He just never had that spot. He's been a serviceable back though.
Crazy.
due to like injury and stuff like that. But yeah,
Man, we getting old.
no kidding.
Man, don't remind me. But good luck to you. Awful. Like, subscribe, share, continue to rock with us. Ray Gamer says, hello. Sit one in standard. Kyron Williams versus Cardinals, Gibbs versus Buccaneers, Jordan Mason versus Vikings.
Man, is this an 8-team league or something like that? This dude got Gibbs, Mason, and Williams. I wonder, did he have CMC as well? But this is tough.
Yeah, and this is standard. So would I feel wrong for saying
Gibbs is going to the bench? Nah, you wouldn't, because I mean, he has the chance to be able to battle with David Montgomery for those red zone touches, right?
Right.
We all know how well he's been, and I was leaning the same way. Jamar, you gotta play Kyron Williams. With the absence of Puka Nacua, I think that they're going to really try to run the football a bunch. And Jordan Mason, I don't care. You're starting him from here on out until CMC comes back. Mm-hmm. And we already mentioned a running back inside of Kyle Shanahan's offense. Hey, I can go out there and tote the ball 10 times and be productive in the Kyle Shanahan offense.
Yes.
Like, I think anyone can. So
I was Mason.
Mason by default, you have to play that guy. So yep, Kyron Williams and Jordan Mason.
As a man over 35, 10 runs.
10 runs. That's
about 5.
I mean, dude, that offensive line is good, bro. It is good.
10, at least 5 are gonna be strolls. They ain't even runs.
He said strolls.
Nah.
Oh man.
Well, I agree.
All right, trifecta on that. And then he says Cowboy defense versus Saints or Chargers defense versus Panthers on the road. I'm going Chargers.
San Diego Superchargers. Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Bolt up, whatever they hashtag is. Ray Gamer, like, subscribe, share.
I think that's what it is.
Hey, join the Discord. All right, Foxborough, 8-man, full PPR. Need 2 running backs on the flex play. Got Connor Jacobs for ETN, London, and Javonte Williams. Okay, so not Javonte Williams. Connor, I do like a lot today. A lot. You
like Jacobs against us? We basically, I
do too. I mean, that's the only offense they got. If I'm being real, I do like ETN as well.
Atlanta got to play Philly Monday night, right?
Monday night on that one.
Is that the Jags in Philly?
No, Atlanta, Drake, London, and
company. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm on one of those believe it when I see it type deals for Drake London, and more so specifically for Kirk Cousins in that offense. So I'm a little hesitant on London, even though that's a great matchup. All right, but for sure I'm playing Connor. I'm pinning that in.
Who does ETN have? And
the Browns.
So okay, so ETN and Ford are going against each other. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me check something real quick before I make my decision. Jacobs, because I mean, I think I'm gonna play Jacobs no matter what today against Indy, and even though I still got Indy winning this game, obviously, but I think he's gonna get a lot of garbage work. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see a late.
A lot of dump off
TD, game for him. Even if it's not going to be early, I still think he's going to be the beneficiary of that, considering the fact that they got a quarterback who you already mentioned, Jamar, hasn't thrown a T. Like, that's crazy to me, bro.
Let me be clear. He is not an NFL caliber quarterback. He shouldn't even be in this league.
Dang.
So I'm starting the 2 locks for me in running back are going to be Connor and Jacobs. Not saying that you can't start another potential running back because I'm not playing Drake London yet, Jamar, like you already mentioned. Not quite yet. I like him if he starts to get cooking there and this offense can get, start gelling and what have you. So the only option, considering that he only has one wide receiver up here, would probably be either Ford or ETN. And I'm leaning ETN. So yes. I'm gonna take ETN, Connor, and Jacobs.
I'll need 2 running backs in the flex.
Yep. So I'm taking 3 running backs.
I agree.
Yep.
Trifecta. Good luck to you, Foxborough. All right. So Millie Mills said I lost Love last week and I gave up Monty and Jamo for A-Rich and Tajay Spears. I already have Henry Kamara, Stevenson, Amon-Ra, Kupp, Evans, Dale. Sheesh.
Dang, he stacked that receiver, bro. So, okay. So, yep, with that elevated from Kupp went from wide receiver 2 to wide receiver 1. Just like that. So, him and Amon-Ra, that's good. I'm glad that you gave up J-Mo, even though I think he's going to be good this year, but I don't want to have both St. Brown and J-Mo on the same team. And that's, conflict of interest in fantasy is like what we like to say. I don't agree with giving up Monty for Tajay, but gaining A-Rich as a trade, I say that I don't mind this at all.
That's an awesome trade.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all.
Dude. Sheesh. Yeah, he's loaded.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good trade.
Mm-hmm. I'm all right, Kupp, man. That's what. Yes, sir. Yeah, I know, bro. Ray, we terrible, bro. But I still gotta wear it proudly. I'm still thinking about that old World Series that we had 20 years ago, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So,
how long ago?
20 years ago.
Like Cowboys. That's actually probably longer.
No, they 30. They in the 30s though.
That's crazy. What about y'all?
We don't speak about this.
Y'all made it to one.
Yeah, I'll take that. So
Colt Bear and the Steelers fan here. Yeah. Nah. Dude, it's weird, Melly. And it's gonna sound crazy. I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. Huge. Like just huge Dallas Mavericks fan. Huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I mean, you come on, man. You see the terrible towel here. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I'm a Sox fan and I hate it. And my brother makes fun of me all the time, like saying we should wear a paper bag over our heads. And I agree. And they show like the field. It's like 2 people eating a hot dog inside the whole stadium and like a bird eating popcorn out of like a bag that was from a game 10 days ago that still nobody attended. That's how bad my Sox are right now.
But 2 people eating are workers too. So
yeah,
they gotta be there.
Yeah. I purposely have not watched a single highlight, listened to a radio call, nothing this whole year for the White Sox. Like I refuse because the owner don't care. Why should I? But it's terrible. Dog.
I like that mindset, bro. I do.
It's terrible, bro. Apparently Ray says go Steelers.
Oh man, dude. Okay, yeah.
And he said to us last season. Good stuff. Appreciate you, Ray.
Welcome, Ray.
All right. So just I'm gonna just pivot over to the weekly advice, people. It's only been 1 week. Don't panic. And I know we talked about the Tyreek Hill trade scenario earlier. We mentioned the comments between Kyler Murray talking about it's not his job to get Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball. I guarantee after that, the coach and the GM pulled that man to the side, says, no, you gonna throw this man about 10 targets this next game. The comments that Malik Neighbors made about Daniel Jones, now that's probably warranted because he is Danny Crimes, but nevertheless, don't panic. It's only been 1 week. I feel like we won't actually know how these offenses and this league is officially operating until probably by the end of the month, going into October, before you get a real idea of really what to expect. It's a lot of trial and errors, a lot of new faces and new places, a lot of rookies coming in. It's a lot of new. So don't panic. It's just been 1 week. Just don't panic. All right. With that being said, we kind of mentioned earlier, Cooper Kupp's back. Puka Nakuma's out 5 to 7 weeks. For the ones that was like kind of on the fence about drafting Cooper Kupp this year, congratulations.
You hit the lottery. 15 targets a game, minimum, which is absurd. Like, that's absurd to me, bro. Like, you know how Matthew Stafford just basically like locks on somebody, and it's like,
Hey man, all I know is if that's the case, Matthew Stafford don't cheat on his wife. He don't cheat.
Locked in, love it.
You know. All right, so we got one here from Awful. Said, would you drop Jonathan Brooks for Tajay Spears, Bucky Irvin, or Jordan Mason? Jordan Mason's backup, Isaiah Garindo. I just don't trust the Panthers offense for PPR.
I wonder how many people are in his league. It's got to be like 20 teams or something. Because the last dude, I ain't never even heard of him before.
honestly, bro, neither have I, and that's rare. Like I even know about like the fourth and fifth string guys, because I play dynasty football. So Bucky Irvin got some type of value, but this isn't like deeper league, so which this may tend to be a deeper league. I don't know just how deep this league is, but dropping Jonathan Brooks, a player that was drafted relatively high, and they don't know what they're going to get out of him just yet. I really wouldn't. I would go back to the last slide that we had in don't panic just yet with Jonathan Brooks because we haven't seen him. So I would wait to see how things play out. I don't like the Tajay Spears thing right now. We don't know what's going on up in that backfield. Bucky Irvin still has Rashad White as the RB1, and Jordan Mason's backup. Jordan Mason is the backup to Christian McCaffrey, and we don't want the backup to the backup at this current time because they expect McCaffrey back as soon as his IR clears, is what I'm hearing right now. So yeah, for now, just hold on to Brooks. Just hold on to him. You don't have nothing to lose right now.
Yeah,
this is just awful.
As the name says. Oh man, I feel like that's today's sponsor. Awful. Yeah, I'm not doing anything on that one just yet. All right, so we got one here from Millie Mills. Dale or Stevenson for flex? Parkey or Fergie for tight end if he plays?
Dale or Stevenson? And is that Tank Dale?
Yeah.
Or Ramondre Stevenson? Okay, so I think I might. Is this PPR? I may lean Stevenson. For sure, because he's getting the work out of that backfield, man. He's getting getting totes, and we all know that as good as Tank Dell is, he's still contending with Nico and Stephon Diggs. So I think the opportunities are going to be plentiful for Ramondre out of that backfield. So as far as like the flex, this one is Ferguson. Is Ferguson playing? Like, do we know that for sure?
I don't think he will play.
Oh, wow. I just got it. A team source tells me that Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson hasn't been officially ruled out yet, but he's trending that way. That's what I got 2 minutes ago from the injury mill.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to dust off the old formula, opportunity plus talent. Stevenson had almost 30 touches last week, if I'm not mistaken. I can't ignore 30 touches. And that man scored. And he went over 100 yards. And in the game environment, that's going to be low scoring, which means going to be a lot of running the football. Give me Stevenson. And I'll take Parkey. So that's what I'm at.
Likewise. Especially with the news coming out about Ferguson at this moment. So again, that could change leading up to game time, but I think we kind of got our answer.
All right. Ray says, speaking of panicking, kind of panicked about Waddle with Tua situation and Kincaid, but I think Kincaid will be fine. And I have so many running backs that I might trade Mason or Waddle for a wide receiver. I mean, if that's the case, yeah. But I also want to know, if you haven't answered that before, that wasn't his team earlier, was it?
What, and when he gave us the long list of the people, I think that was Mills.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see who can you list your team. I just want to see it. for sure. Mills says, yeah, PPR.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The touches that Stevenson is getting is going to be a little bit more over there. So yeah.
All right, so we got one here for that. Does it say ACL Dern?
Yep.
Okay. So, hey guys, I got a question for you. I sent it to your Instagram. So I have a problem. DK Metcalf or the Rams wide receiver, or should I just leave it and let it run?
Which Rams wide receiver?
I'm gonna check the Instagram real quick because I haven't cracked that thing open in a while. Let's see. Okay. The Rams wide receiver is DeMarcus Robinson. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send this to our group chat real quick. That way y'all both can see it really swift. All right. Bear with me, people.
So what's the problem with DK Metcalf?
I was trying to figure out whether to sub him or what's it?
I just sent it.
Parkinson.
I mean, he got a nice team.
He does.
He got Worthy deep on the bench.
Yep, that's crazy. I was just about to say that, bro.
Hey, cool. I wish there was a way to. I was trying to see if there was a way to fit him in that lineup.
Put him in the lineup, but you can't do it because he already got Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams, and Jordan Mason, and that's the way to go, especially for this week. I like that all.
Yeah.
Or the Rams receiver, or just leave it DeMarcus Robinson. No, man. I think. Look, so I get it. That secondary from New England is much improved, right? Much improved. But it's DK Metcalf, bro. I think that you just kind of got to leave him in there. Yeah. I'm leaving DK in there. Let it run.
He said switch DK for Robinson? Is that what he says?
Yeah. I mean, because on paper, the matchup is a little bit better as far as secondaries is concerned. You know what I'm saying? But it's DK, man. I think he only needs really one catch to really take it to the house. So I can't.
I'm actually to the point to where, like, I get what both of y'all saying. I'm gonna just play devil's advocate. I'm to the point to where I would probably sit DK for Worthy just based on game flow environment. I'm just saying.
What about Tommy?
Who?
What's his?
Or Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Either him to like
better quarterback. I mean, they're playing against the Browns.
And then also, I just want to throw out there, I don't know the corner's name for the Patriots, but he is causing problems.
You talk about Christian Gonzalez?
Yes. Like, he really is.
But they drafted him this year or last year? I think it was last year.
I think it was last year.
Yeah. It was last year. Yeah. But remember, he ended up getting injured or whatever.
He's causing problems. And that's going to be an ugly game environment. I'm just saying.
No. ACL Dern, do not be confused about chasing his contract, because that guy can come in after sitting out for multiple weeks without playing and come in and do his thing. That corner is just legit, bro. Like, they had a game plan to be able to stop him. So it is. I understand that Chase is a primetime player in his league, and he is one of the faces of the NFL, like, by far. One of the biggest names, high selling jerseys, blah, blah, blah. But like Jamar mentioned, man, that dude is for real. That dude is for real. So I know that they got something in, like, the secondary, and that's probably something that they're going to be able to build upon over the next, couple of years to be able to make, Foxborough relevant again, since that man TB12 left. But, they still got a long way to go. But make no mistake about it, that secondary is definitely up and coming.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna just go on the other side. I would play Worthy or Thomas. I would.
He got options for sure.
I wouldn't necessarily play DeMarcus Robinson just because of how we just said that Matthew Stafford don't like cheating on certain guys, and I feel like the opportunity for Worthy, he has a more likely to score ability and Thomas than DeMarcus Robinson.
I'm
not
looking at.
DK.
Okay, so I'm all right. So hold on, Jamar, real quick, because I know Xavier Worthy was fantastic in his opening day matchup, right?
Yeah.
But the targets, it was like, I get it. It only takes him to play to score, but it's like the targets don't give me the warm and fuzzies like you say. Jamar, I know that they had like a game plan for him or whatever, and if anybody's going to game plan and execute, Andy Reid and the Chiefs are. Like that's just what they do.
I give you that. I give you the warm and fuzzy part about the targets, but I don't have the warm and fuzzies about Geno Smith going across to the East Coast on the road in Foxborough with that. I don't have the warm and fuzzies about that.
Yeah, right. So why are we not looking at Brian Thomas Jr. then?
I'm gonna say we can compromise on Brian Thomas Jr.
I'm okay with that. It's just so you're right. You're absolutely right. Get Metcalf out of there. Just get him out of there. Okay. Just for this week or whatever. Like, let's go ahead and get him out of there. You are right. That's it. I just talked up the secondary, right? So I can't do that and then still say keep Metcalf in there. So let's get Metcalf out of there. We just need to decide upon which receiver is going to take his place. I see the Xavier Worthy thing. I do. Brian Thomas Jr. was pretty good, man. He was one of the better rookie wide receivers, if not the best rookie wide receiver in week 1. Him and Lad McConkey both caught a TD apiece, I shall say, in their debut, which is fantastic, especially for things going forward. And people who spent a later round draft pickup on these guys, like you can see how productive they would be. I really like Lad a lot this year, just given their situation. But anyway, I can see Brian Thomas Jr. being thrown in here, but Xavier Worthy's big play ability should not be ignored. You know,
especially with Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. So it's like,
what say you, Walter? Like what say you?
That's why I brought up Brian Thomas. I was like, yeah, I initially brought that up. I was looking at his bench. I was like, because he's Jags like number 1 receiver anyway. He's gonna be his main target for Trevor Lawrence. With Worthy, like I said, it's kind of that's rolling the dice like every week. Could he take off? Absolutely. And that could be a home run. But if you want to play it safe, I would put in Thomas. But
BTJ. Okay. So I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Good luck to you. Appreciate the mention on Instagram. I sent you the link to our Discord, so we can definitely talk about it more, man. So appreciate you. All right, Ray. That's his team. Waddle, Rice, Ayuk just traded for Pittman and Coleman on my wide receivers. We're planning to drop him for Baker because I need a backup QB. Running backs are Bijan. Just traded for Kyron. Jeez, Louise.
Who the heck is his quarterback? Jesus, because running back, like you ain't got no room to really only have one tight end and one QB. Who's your QB, Ray? If you don't mind me asking. Pull his thingy back up. Oh, pause. Oh my God. Can you pull his team back up? Oh, it's early, gentlemen, and I haven't had my drink yet, so it's forgive me.
That's a diddler over there.
So Waddle, Rice, Ayuk, and Pittman. That's fantastic. That's fantastic for wide receivers. Running backs are pretty good.
Bijan, Kyron, Gibbs, Mason. Yeah, that's.
So he's pretty much stacked in both. I just want to know who his QB is because he may have a league-winning team here. This got to be an 8-teamer, bro. Because if you pull this off in 10, man, sheesh.
Like who you blackmailing for these players? If it's a 10. Millie says some other Rams wide receiver got to eat though, but yeah, keep.
But that secondary, man, like we already mentioned, like them game planning against Jamar Chase and being able to limit his And DK went invisible last week playing against PS2. Yep, and he got another tough matchup this week. So, and the crazy thing is, so let me talk about my Steelers a little bit. Perfect segue, real quick. I just want to go ahead and throw that out there. So I got a message about George Pickens this week, and he is playing against PS2. Probably his toughest matchup since he's been a Steeler, in my opinion. So I really don't know how he's gonna fare well up in this matchup. And like my guy was asking me, should I start him or not? Because he is going up against PS2. I'm even fading him this week. I got George Pickens in one league, and he's sitting on my bench just because of that.
So hold on, there we go. Kyle. He says ETN or Ford, pick one, full PPR. They're pretty much playing each other.
Mm-hmm. ETN.
Yeah.
ETN. But either or is not terrible. It is. It really is.
I feel like the Jags offense could probably function a little bit better.
There you go.
And that's the deal breaker for me. Gamer Kings, he said highest rate from YouTube. Hey Ray. All right, so ACL says so I put a bet also on DraftKings. Johnson Taylor scored 2 touchdowns. Kerry Williams scored 2 touchdowns. Dave Montgomery scoring touchdown anytime. 49ers running back scoring any touchdown that pays $1,300 for a $20 bill. What's your thoughts? Taylor scored 2. Williams scored. I mean,
so is this Kyron Williams and Jonathan Taylor?
I'm thinking so.
Okay,
I'm thinking so. It's possible I can see it in a game flow to where that happens.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Because I'll just take the Colts and the Packers game, for instance. I feel like if the Colts jump ahead early, which I think they can, then, of course, Packers, based on Malik Willis, I don't see them really coming back type deal. So if the Colts can play ball control and run the ball quite a bit, I mean, it's possible. It's tough, but it's possible. And then Kyrie Williams against the Card. I mean, I feel like anything could happen in that game, right? Between those two teams, it can be a passing affair, it could be a running affair, it could be a mixture of both. So that's tough. I mean, David Montgomery is almost a given for a touchdown every week, almost. And then the 49ers running back Jordan Mason. I mean, it's possible. I mean, if you got $20 to spare to try to get 13 off of that, why not? Why not?
Yeah, you the DraftKings guy, Jamar here. So. Taylor and Williams scoring 2. Like that's the thing that kind of
that's tough. Yeah,
it's hard to be able to go for 2, and that's crazy because if I am betting up on the guy to do it, these are probably 2 of the best guys to be able to do it in one game. So I don't think that is super far fetched. You know what I mean? But that that's why it's called making a bet. It ain't always a sure thing.
Yeah, exactly. And ACL Brian Thomas Jr. is supposed to be playing in 20, 30 mile per hour winds and raining hard. That's what they're saying.
That sounds like a Travis Etienne game to me.
It does. So that means I don't know. Worthy looks a little bit better in that matchup, but we'll see. All right. So Antonio, Charbonnet, or B-Rob at the flex, full PPR.
Charbonnet.
All right. I'll go with that. Millie Mills, Worthy is like Tank Dell for me. If he scores, then it's a big play. If not, then it's a dud week. I mean, yeah and no. I mean, based on one game sample size, sure, but I don't know yet because it's still early. It's really just one game in his career, so I don't know yet.
Yep. And I would say the same thing because I think Tank Dell is more than just a boom or bust, in my opinion, but he's so it's so many mouths to feed with Mixon coming over there and Diggs coming over there as well. So it's going to be kind of difficult, a little bit more difficult for him to get his. But I think he's a great like slot wide receiver in the league and probably one of the better ones
by far. All right, so Gary said,
wow, me too, man, me too.
Lamar Jackson.
Damn,
that dude's winning.
Rice like 7. Dude, I like, man. I was telling my brother that the other day. Like Rice is going to be one of them ones this year, bro. Dude, he's going to be one of them ones this year.
Once again, he fell in his ADP because we all thought he was going to get suspended. He didn't end up getting suspended. So anybody that took a chance on him, there you go. All right. Cole says, start or sit, Najee or Chase?
I'm thinking Brown, right? Non-PPR, you gotta go. You gotta go Najee. You have to start Najee if it's non-PPR. Have to. Because at a minimum, I think Fields is going to be able to get us at least inside of scoring position.
Wait. If that is Chase Brown. But if that's Jamar Chase.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think he would answer a question like that.
I would.
Because like that would be...
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Can you clarify that for us? Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, bro. I immediately thought Chase Brown because I don't think there was no way that he would ask a question about Jamar Chase.
So just let us definitely clarify the Chase one. Quinn, morning, risk it with AJ Brown or sub him out for Amari. So AJ Brown did pop up on that injury report.
Mm-hmm. Friday, I think.
And they play Monday.
Yep.
I hate that. There should be like a mandatory Saturday, you gotta let us know type thing.
So he got a hammy, soft tissue injury.
That's always a 50-50.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Just play it safe because like Christian McCaffrey burned me, and I showed both of you guys that I still ended up winning by 1 point. Shout out to me because I was able to still pick up Jordan Mason in some way, shape, or form, even though I still won my match. There was people there who could have picked him up, but somebody actually dropped the ball on that one or whatever. So I did get Jordan Mason to be able to fill in for Christian McCaffrey. So I'm good in that regard. But I don't like the idea of potentially having 0 when somebody I can play early can get me something. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be a make it or break it, considering the fact that I only won by 1 point. I should have lost, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I'll play it safe.
Well, according to like ESPN, so this is why we don't pay attention to what they say like our projections and stuff are supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I should have lost too.
Jamar?
You told me to bring that up.
I did. You know what? The only reason. The reason why I say that to say this, you guys, is we spend our hard, earned time, and like I do say hard earned time is really earned because at the stage of life that we are in, like our lives are busy, right? So we spend our time being able to draft a team just for ESPN to say your team isn't worthy. You know what I mean? You're gonna finish 10 out of 12 or whatever. And it's like, nah, bro, we don't believe that. We're gonna roll out the team that we think that we drafted, and we're gonna, feel confident about putting them guys up in the lineup. So don't pay attention to the ESPN beginning of the season projections. Just because they got you, 14th out of 14 team league doesn't mean that has to be your deciding fate. It's still a long season. You call the shots, man. You can pick up some of these players off the waiver wire. I was able to snatch Jordan Mason off the waiver wire. That made my team basically not miss a beat when Christian McCaffrey is out. So it's all about you.
Even making those like weekly changes and stuff though, because it's like at the beginning of the week, like, oh, you're gonna have you're gonna get 102 points or whatnot, and your opponent is projected to get it's 120. You never know.
Nope.
So like just kind of being caught me. I would say I'm trying to get my word together. Just staying on top of it. Just kind of staying on top of it, and habits of or looking at different habits of different quarterback or just offenses, defenses, just in general. I mean, I think that's how you win your fantasy leagues. Like I can at the beginning of the season, like I'll trade everybody off my dang team and still come out, well. And that's just because you're watching games, you're seeing like some of the habits, and boom, it all works out.
Facts. I got nothing to add. Both of y'all said it pretty well. Quinn, like, subscribe, share, continue to rock with us. We got one here from Tron. What's up? Start Rashad White or Josh Jacobs in the flex, and start Mark Andrews or Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram and Josh Jacobs. Mark Andrews is not tight end 1 anymore. It is likely going to be. Hey,
that is likely to be correct, but
I see what it is.
But
y'all terrible, bro.
But look, man. So it's like, dude, we can't sit here and preach like don't panic, don't hit the panic button all morning because it is only week 2. It's still basically week 1. Yes, it is week 2. Well, yeah, it is week 2. Consider that we did play a Thursday night game, so it is officially week 2. But we can't say that just for yet. Maybe they use likely a little bit more because Mark Andrews' injury at the beginning of the season was a little bit worse than what they have imagined it to be. Just like with a number of guys like Hollywood Brown or Christian McCaffrey, or Puka Nacua that we even saw. They say, okay, he's probably going to miss a couple of games. And then they threw him up on IR. And then they're saying that it's more likely that he'll be out. I use likely again. It's more likely that he'll be out for 7 weeks. So it's like, I don't believe in the likely thing until I see it for at least 4 games. Like that's always my, that's like my gauge to be able to say, okay, this is a thing or this isn't a thing. But even still, with that being said, I'm gonna still go Evan Ingram and Josh Jacobs. I still like what you said, Walter, but I still want to wait to see how this tight end situation plays out in Baltimore.
All right, so I'm gonna give the trifecta for Evan Ingram, but I'm gonna go to White on this one here. I just had to do some quick research. Josh Jacobs had 18 touches last week, which is pretty good. White had 21. And White's environment is a lot more friendly than Jacobs. I'm gonna go White on that one.
I still can't. I can't go back to what I said now, even though because I did that twice this morning already. I got to stand firm on something. I'm gonna still hang on your side, Walter.
We said he had 3 more touches, but he also doesn't have Malik Willis as his quarterback now. I mean, yeah, he's got Malik Willis, so it's gonna be a lot more of this week instead of Jordan Love, quarterback that actually has a touchdown.
Yeah,
but the quarterback is much better and Buccaneers, and they can put him in better positions to be able to score, which is kind of why you need Josh Jacobs. He ain't gonna hit the home run every week. He ain't no big home run threat, but they have to actually be able to get inside the red zone. You know what I mean?
We got torched last week, right?
Yeah, who?
We got torched. Like our defense got torched last week, and DeForest Buckner may not even be playing. He's questionable right now.
Yeah, I see that, man. So is he or not playing? Because I may or may not be using DeForest Buckner against one of these guys up on the panel today in Dynasty. Maybe I might be. Maybe I might not be. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. That is by far one of the better pickups that I have made. That dude is phenomenal. And from a fantasy standpoint, he's going to give you 5 tackles and probably half a sack every given week. He's just that good.
If you know that, why don't you switch your fandom over to the Indianapolis Colts? Go ahead.
Couldn't do it. Okay. So now we've been sipping on whatever Shannon Sharp was on the other day to be able to leak his stuff like that. So no way. That ain't happening.
And this segment is sponsored by Night Collapse.
Night Collapse. The strength you need when you need it.
Oh my gosh. All right, Tron, good luck to you. Bangin plays AJ Brown out for tomorrow. It's 50-50.
He isn't ruled out yet. Nah,
but it's them soft tissue injuries, man. Every time.
And I'm gonna say this: if you know for a fact that before that noon game hits, which is a couple of 3 hours or so from now. If you know before then yeah, if they say AJ Brown is playing, you're gonna play him before that noon game. But if it ain't the noon game, you can't do it. You're gonna have to go out and play someone else.
Exactly. Reed. That man's actually up. He's at Ingram. And then Millie said, facts. I don't even look at player projection either. I literally go by who the getting the ball and how often.
That's what you do. Like that. I'm telling you, that target stat line, or just like it tells a lot. It tells a lot on a week-to-week basis. And I think that's what people fail to realize because of what formula, Jamar, that you said gives you fantasy success?
Opportunity plus talent.
Exactly. And you have to have that opportunity to be able to turn those into scores. If you're getting targeted 3 times a game, like I'm not like, where's my warm and fuzzies? Like, you know, how do I feel good about you? And like, that's the only thing I'm saying about Xavier Worthy as of today. And I mentioned it's only been 1 week, but I need to see him being utilized more. That's why I'm so happy about his teammate Rice, because that man getting targets, bro. Like in a crowd ton of, and I think that's going to be a reoccurring theme with this Kansas City team. Travis Kelce is still there, but the emergence of Rice is definitely something that can potentially win you your league this year.
Facts. All right, so we got one here from Shane. Deep League keeper stash question. Keeper stash question. Pick one. Goodson, Indy, McIntosh, Seattle, Watson, Denver, or Patterson, Pittsburgh.
Damn, that is a deep league.
Ooh-wee.
Who the heck is Goodson in Indy?
That's one of our tight ends. He gets maybe 3 targets a game.
Does he?
He's our most with Jelani Woods being out. He's
okay.
Yeah,
he's
gonna get a couple targets.
Okay.
No, he's not the Mo Alley Cox. He's a small version. He's more of your athletic tight end. Mo Alley Cox, I don't understand. Mo got targeted.
So he little Mo.
He ain't even little Mo, because little Mo's there just for block. Mo can block, man. That's what Mo's there for. But he makes the catch every now and then. And everybody's like, oh my God. Then he makes some drops too. It's like Mo's there to block. He's Mo a big dude.
Man, this is rough.
Here's another one. McIntosh? I've never heard of that guy.
So if I'm like, before I even answer, Deshaun, what's your thoughts about Patterson?
I really have none, unless it's gonna be unless it's gonna be like an injury or something of that nature has to be able to give him some sort of deep fantasy value, considering that we already have a 1-2 punch as far as running backs are concerned. And I know Cordero Patterson gives you a little bit of kind of like a Swiss Army knife like effect, because he can be utilized as a kick returner, as a running back, and a wide receiver. I think he's our kick return guy. It's either kick or punt. I'm not sure about which one that they're swapping them in and out at, but it's like it's not a lot there that's gonna make me want to stash him. And I get it that this is a deeper league, but man, we're talking about deep guys here, bro. Like we're talking about 4th, 5th string guys is what we're looking at. Is what Shane Donahue have. Basically, yeah.
All right.
Like all of these guys are.
No. All right. So with all of that being said,
oh my God, dude,
I'm taking McIntosh.
Yeah, I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking of Granson, Kyron Grant. He's not Goodson. Goodson's the kid who dropped the dang ball last year when we were supposed to beat the Texans. No. Well, my man had zeros across the stat line last week. No, unless there's an injury. I mean, unless you think the injury is going to happen. No.
So I'm going McIntosh, and then we really just throwing darts with a blindfold on, with no street lights on. So I'm taking McIntosh for the simple fact that if he is given the opportunity in that particular offense, he is going to eat. Because running backs in the Seattle offense usually eat and eat quite well. So that's my only reason.
But
once again, we are throwing darts with a blindfold on with no street lights on. So, all right. Keep it moving. Good luck to you, Shane. Got one here from Christian 16 man. Let's say $300.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. AR, Brees, ETN, Amon, Ra, Terry, Pitts, Shaheed. Is this team good?
So I'm guessing Anthony Richardson, right?
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson, Brees, ETN. Running backs are pretty good. You got a top 10 fantasy quarterback if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Because of his ability to be able
borderline
to
top
leg.
5.
Mm-hmm. Amon Ra is always a good pick because of the target. Terry, I'm thinking that's scary.
Yeah.
Scary. Gotta be.
And Pitt, Shaheem. Team good for a 16-man team, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
Because I think Terry's going to get better over the course of the year once Jaden Daniels get more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Pitts has found the end zone last week. Let's see if he continues to find more of the end zone going forward. So as long as he continues to find the end zone, you good. She's the wild card, but once again, it's a 16-man league, so you're going to have a wild card in there. So not bad. Not bad at all. Reach said I don't play anybody with a hammy because they 9 out of 10 play like ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is correct. Shane said, am I crazy to start DeMarcus Robinson over Kelsey in the flex this week?
You're not crazy, but I still wouldn't do it. I can see the reasons why you want to do just that. Like, I really can. But it's still Travis Kelsey at the end of the day. They get inside the red zone. He is always a threat to be able to score a TD. So it's and especially if you got him in your flex, then like you're really cooking. I'm gonna still leave Kelsey in there. Not saying that the opportunities may not be plentiful for Robinson, considering that the injury to Puka Nacua. I think that he does hold more value now than he did at the season commence. But I'm still going Travis Kelsey. Too good to ignore.
He's gonna get his targets. Travis Kelsey, Swift. He's gonna get his
Especially in today's might as well put that hyphen in there. Yeah, I think he's gonna definitely get his, especially today against the Bengals and that rivalry. So it just turns it up just a little bit more, I would imagine. So good luck there. All right, the 11 bus. What up? My team is in shambles. All right. I have Puka, Mostert, and now AJ Brown. Breaks. All right, should I start Brown, Thielen, Alex Pierce? Also, should I start Hubbard or Gus Edwards for Mostert? Whew.
I would start Alec Pierce. Man, I'm not even being a homie on that one. I mean, you have to.
I'm scared of that, and it's not because. Yeah, I'm scared of Alex Pierce today.
Why are you scared of him? You're not playing him. You get him next week.
No.
Oh, my bad. I know where you're going. But I mean, it's like you said with Brown. It's like, all right, you're not gonna. We just talked about that. Talk about the guy with the hammy. Correct. You got this. It's going to be a hostile. You're not getting anything out of Adam Thielen. I don't understand what. Like, go ahead and drop him. But Alec Pierce, that's that big play ability. That's what he's there for. That's what he does. So it's either you're going to hit a home run or you're going to be the Chicago White Sox.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
It's football season. You know what? I got to stop wearing this hat. It's my favorite hat.
I don't even watch baseball, fellas. Y'all brought this up.
Yeah, okay.
So, big play.
He does make a good point. He does have a good point. The ability for Anthony Richardson and his arm and his downfield, you kind of only need one. We've already clearly seen that. Adam Thielen, he's not droppable just yet. It's still week 1. I would still hold on to him as soon as, that offense is terrible. I mean, it is I just happened just to turn past that game. I'm like, why the hell am I watching this, bro? Don't I got something better else to do than just watch this offense attempt to operate? Or something, like go pluck some weeds up in my flower bed in the front of the yard or something. I don't know. It was just that bad. So I'm not starting Thielen, and it's like with AJ Brown, I think Reap already mentioned it. Jamar, you mentioned it. I mentioned it. We're all kind of on the same boat as far as like those soft tissue injuries and how, unlikely they are to be able to play the game. And if they are, it's going to keep them at a very limited basis until that situation clears up. With that being said, I can see Alec Pierce here. And that's the second time you kind of more so coerced me this morning, Walter. So I'm going to roll with Pierce, and I'm going to go with Gus Edwards. Like I said, I can't sit there and talk about Thielen and not mention Gus Edwards being in such a horrible situation. So, yeah, Pierce and Edwards. Yeah, Pierce and Edwards.
Shambles. That's the correct word. Shambles. Mm-hmm. I would feel more comfortable if you picked up Jahan Dotson and just had him stashed away. And like for this one here. Now, the only reason why I'm scared of Pierce is because of the fact that if Josh Downs do play, then
he may be non-existent.
Yeah, that's my problem. And then also the game flow. Like, this environment is not going to be pass friendly like it was last week. It's just not.
We raising his hand like he in the back of the class.
And yes, Alec Pierce is he's our wide receiver 3 right now. So even last week with Adonai Mitchell, like he's still gonna Mitchell's the one who's gonna have the fall off. It's not gonna be Pierce. Not right now, because like they don't have that. AR has more chemistry with Alec Pierce than he does Adonai Mitchell. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I give you that, but when Downs come back, does he have more chemistry with Downs, or does it matter?
Yeah, he's got chemistry with Downs. So Downs is your slot guy. Pierce is still going to be your downfield guy because Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman is he kind of does everything, but he's not he doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the speed of Alec Pierce or Adonai Mitchell.
So who was wide receiver 2 last week?
Alec Pierce.
Like you say, he was wide receiver 3 last week.
I'm saying when we have all of our receivers, he's wide receiver 3.
Gotcha.
I get what you're saying. So you're gonna have Adonai Mitchell and Alec Pierce. They're basically the same thing right now. Downs is gonna be your slot, and you have Pittman he's your wide receiver 1. So I don't know, man. I still roll with him.
I mean, by default, based on this scenario, I'm getting on the bus. You're driving the bus this week.
The 11 bus, to be exact.
Yes, we are riding the 11 bus, and Walt is driving. I'm getting on.
It's small. It is a small bus, guys. I'm letting y'all know. But
and then we got the Gus bus on the other side, which we're riding too. So we just this is the bus committee. So yeah, we riding the bus today. So the 11 bus. Good luck to you. Hopefully these people can get recovered with their injuries a lot faster, sooner than later. My gosh. Andy. Hi. Who should I drop to pick up a defense in a non-PPR? T. Higgins or Jonathan Brooks? Okay. Other wide receivers are DJ Moore, Neighbors, Olave, Kirk, Harrison, and Jamo. My running backs are McCaffrey, Mason, Pacheco, Etienne. Oh, there's that Kirk guy. You know how I feel about Christian Kirk? No, I'm playing.
Who should I drop to pick up a defense in non-PPR?
It might be Jonathan Brooks by default.
I love Kirk Harris. It has to be if you are good, because you can't drop J-Mo. You can't drop J-Mo. I've seen good things this past week. I've been hearing the things in camp. You know what I mean? So I like him.
Do that. Not this year. I can't do it.
Nope. So Jonathan Brooks, unfortunately, because that's it's quite a shame, because maybe he can be good, but we won't know until he's healthy enough to be able to come back. But with that being said, the other names that you have on this list are far more valuable than he is.
You can't put him on IR. Why, instead of getting rid of him, why don't you just put him on IR?
Unless he already got somebody better at that IR position.
Is it Pooh? McCaffrey? You probably got McCaffrey on IR.
Yeah, McCaffrey's on IR. And anybody else hurt like that?
No, everybody else is healthy. Besides Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah, you have 2 spots.
Nope, not in all IR. Yeah, some of them only have 1.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is. It really is. And you know what? I'm glad y'all said this, man. Dynasty commissioners, listen, or just fantasy commissioners, make it a 2. We've seen how injuries are. Please at least give us 2 injury reserve spots. It'll make life a lot easier for a bunch of people. I digress.
He's petitioning for 2. Oh, hey, why not? Why not these days? Yeah, it'd be Brooks by default.
By default. Yep.
All right. So good luck to you, Andy. Scooby. Who wins in a super flex redraft league? All right. So A, we have Trevor Lawrence, Jerome Ford. B, Dobbins, Pollard, Deontay Johnson, Tua.
Trevor Lawrence is on my bench. Who wins Superflex redraft league? Trevor Lawrence, Jerome Ford, Dobbins, Pollard, Deontay. Jerome Ford. Okay. So it's just is it just the 2 and 2? Dobbins, Pollard, and Deontay Johnson. It's like I need like a comma in here or something. Because it's kind of a little bit more of like a run on.
Yeah, Scooby. Like, if you can read,
it looks like Johnson too, and are on his bench, and he's like kind of person. Scooby, yeah.
Okay, so A is no matter a doubt is Trevor Lawrence, is Sunshine, and Jerome Ford is A, right? Yeah. B is Dobbins, Pollard. Is it Deontay Johnson, or do you have like T. Law up on my bench? It's just the way that he written it. Like I don't want to say something and give him like a wrong answer for it.
So. But the only thing that basically, regardless of how it looks, I'm gonna say A. If space or no space just as this particular surface value, I'm taking A because it's a quarterback.
Right.
If that's the
case.
It's
a super flex too, yeah. So
yeah. But yeah, if you can space that out a little bit more, we'll definitely greatly appreciate that.
Oh, it says Deontay Johnson and probably 2 or 2. Yeah, it's a little bit too much there. Yeah.
Okay. So because Edwards Hubbard ain't done ish. Correct. OG Keeps, hey, would you guys start Sharp or Tony Pollard in a half-point PPR leaning towards Pollard? Oh boy,
he loves Tony Pollard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, speaking of the dough,
we say this one just for you.
Oh, it's for me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you guys are doing. I see what you're doing. We don't care about that guy. We don't care about that guy. But let me check this. Let me check the hot sheets, as I like to call it.
So, Charbonnet on the road, cross coast against New England. I think them boys at home against the Saints. I think they're in Jerry's World. I'm sorry, Tony Pollard. He's playing for the Titans now.
Yep.
Forgive me. Titans got who this week?
The Jets.
Oh, they at home against the Jets.
Good defense.
Yeah, he had 16 attempts rushing, 82 yards in a TD last week. He also had four receiving targets. Turned those into 3 catches for 12 yards. That's a lot of production. It's a lot of production. As in, Charbonnet would just basically take over that whole Kenneth Walker target share or carry or whatever you want to call it there. I'm gonna say this. So is this a half PPR league? Charbonnet can catch too though. Like that's his thing. Like that's the reason why they drafted him. Man, this is actually pretty close now. Yeah, and that's a shame considering who it is or who it's not, for lack of better term. But let me give you my final answer real quick, Jamar. I got to check one more thing. Tony Pollard's matchup is slightly better because he's at home. Charbonnet is on the road. Dang, man. Like, both of these guys are similar. I'm going to say... I'm gonna say Charbonnet still. I'm gonna still say Charbonnet.
Y'all rolling with Tony today?
I am. No, hell no. Nah, I'm still going. I'm still going Zach. I'm still going Charbonnet, even though Tony Pollard, I still think he can be serviceable in this game. And like, I always tend to think of like what the matchup is, what's the target share looking like, and how is he going to fare in amongst like the other running backs. Like, where would I rank them? And like, I'm looking at the other names up on his list, and if I had to rank these guys, they would be somewhere close with probably Charbonnet just being like a tad bit higher, given that the opportunities that Kenneth Walker will receive, Charbonnet will receive the same thing. Charbonnet is the better catch out of two, but Kenneth Walker is definitely the better like ball carrier. So I'm still going Charbonnet. Similar production I can see from both of these guys today, but I'm gonna roll the dice with Charbonnet, and exactly that's what you're pretty much doing here.
Well, what you thinking, man?
I want to make Deshaun mad. I'm gonna go with Tony. I'm just joking. No,
dude, no. I'm gonna say this. Tony Pollard is still a good starter. Yeah, he really did. And if one of you two would take him up over there,
they're playing the Jets, though, right? The Titans have the Jets.
They do.
Yeah, no, not against the Jets defense. No offense to Jamar, y'all's defense. Like I think that's y'all are gonna get better with time, just like last year. Like, I still have faith in you guys' defense, but no, against that Jets defense, no.
I'm gonna take Pollard because of that Jets defense that just gave up all those yards on the ground to Jordan Mason that we never even heard of.
That's totally different offensive line.
I was just about to say that. Two completely different
offensive line. Yeah. You got Trent the Enforcer Williams, and who's the Titans starting left tackle? Me.
I mean, to be fair,
don't get me wrong, guys.
I mean, I can't really name too many starting left tackles in the NFL in general. So,
okay, touche.
All right,
I agree.
But I mean, we splitting hairs on this
for sure.
So, good luck to you, OG Keeps. Join our Discord. I'll post the link again.
Hey, shout out to Twitch, man. We've been getting some love on Twitch. That's what's up.
Definitely. Hey, man, Reef said Bryce is exactly who he thought he was. Dang,
Bryce who?
Young.
So why you trade him, bro? So why you trade him? You had Bryce Young. Why didn't you keep him? Why would you give him to my brother, who was already a scary and formidable opponent in Dynasty? Why give Bryce up? So is he talking about Bryce Young or Bryce? Or
I think you might be talking about Chase Young.
No. Okay, no, I'm talking about Brees Hall. My bad. I'm tripping.
Yeah, that's what I was like. What are you talking about?
But anyway, since we're talking about it, why would you get rid of him? Answer that for me.
All right. Warrior Loft says, "What up? Should I drop Zamir White for Deontay Johnson or Blake Corum, or keep? I would keep Zamir White.
Yep.
Keep
for
him.
now.
Yep. It's just week one.
Mm-hmm.
What was the weekly advice?
Don't panic. Not yet. Now ain't the time. About week 5, when we see how like these things will shape up, then you can start to reevaluate your starters and things of that nature. So
yeah, we can have a town hall meeting in October about some of this stuff.
For sure.
Hey man, the 11 bus says thank you.
No doubt.
All right, so Justin says, should I trade Pacheco and Jacobs for CMC, Mason, and Montgomery? Oof.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like Pacheco. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He is like my favorite between him and Kenneth Walker are probably two of my favorite RB2. Well, technically they're RB1s given like the depth of running backs this year per se. But yeah, man, when you got a chance to get CMC and Mason and his backup, you have to be able to do that. And Monty ain't no pushover, bro. He ain't no pushover at all. I like him a lot too, even with Gibbs being there. So hell yeah, I would do that. Hell yeah. Please tell me that trade still exists. Hit accept on it right now.
You better hope that whoever proposed that trade isn't watching the show right now.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be messed up.
Hit accept, Justin 0714.
Matter of fact, hit accept as quick as we about to go to the next person. All right, Big Birds. Chase, Olave, Smith, Diggs, Reed, pick 3 and a half point. All right, so we're not picking Reed. So
can't do it. We can't even pick my cousin right now, bro, because like it just we don't know what the quarterback situation is, right?
Correct. Now. Well, the Jamar clan has to stick together, so I'm taking Chase.
I'm taking Chase, Smith, and Diggs. Boom, boom, boom. That's where I'm going. I'm leaving Olave out. I'm not. Devontae Smith will get more work, especially if AJ Brown ain't playing. You have to play Chase and Smith. So you're thinking Olave over Diggs right now, ain't you? Okay. Mm-hmm. I like Stephon Diggs in the red zone.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, he got that work last week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even though I think we got better corners for him, but that's still a tough matchup for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going Diggs. Better quarterback.
I wholeheartedly agree. Y'all's corners are better.
So. All right, so trifecta. Good luck to you, Big Birds. Like, subscribe, share, continue to rock with us. All right, Foxborough, back to my 8-man full PPR. So I put wrong. I need a flex from ETN London, JMO, and Ford.
I still got ETN.
Still go ETN.
Yep.
I like JMO though. I really do, and we're already not. Jamar already mentioned it that we're not so yet up on Drake London. Kind of more so of like a see it to believe it type of thing. Even we know that the potential is there. His ADP was pretty high. It was definitely higher than it was in last year with the addition of Kirk Cousins there. But still, we want to see the fruits of said labor, before we go ahead and pick it too early. It ain't ripe yet. it ain't ripe just yet. So just leave it up there up on the tree for now. I'm still rolling with ETN.
Once again, that could be one of the subjects. The Atlanta Falcons offense. We can come to the town hall meeting in October and make some decisions there. Having a town hall in October. We'll see you there. Reach said Pollard into that question. Snap count was crazy last week.
It really was. It was. I wasn't expecting it. Like, I really wasn't expecting for him to be able to,
he watched the show.
garner that much. Who was that?
Tony.
Oh, probably. He probably saw me talking to me. He probably got my address, and he probably atting me right now up on Twitter, which I don't really be on there anyway. He's going to say that I kind of heard what you said, man, and I'm here to prove you wrong. We'll do just that, Tony.
Just do it. Yeah, do it. Let's do it.
When he was in town last week, he was looking for you on the sideline. He said he's going to take a trip to Northwest Indiana real quick on the way back to Tennessee. Oh, man. Andy said CMC's in IR, only one IR spot. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Okay. Ronnie said I'm in the same boat with AJ Brown. I went and picked up Dotson.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Not saying that he's going to go out there and give you 10 catches for 100 yards, but
but you got a security blanket.
Yep.
Okay.
No doubt, OG Key. Shout out to Twitch, bro.
Yeah, for real. Secondary going for the Titans to run, plus Levis threw the ball to the defense more than the offense.
That's going to be a given with any quarterback there. I had to reveal, my bad. No, man, I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it. And that's all this dude talks about is Breece Hall. And it's like, the crazy thing is, and like we're seeing like the sample size now, like Devon Achane and Breece Hall is almost similar to me, even though I know that Breece Hall is definitely like the better ball toter out of the two, but both of those guys are built for just man, like you look at them and like every play, I swear to God, I think they're gonna score. Every single play, that every time they get the ball in the backfield, I think one of them two dudes gonna score A10 and
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Kill said Jaden Reed or Javonte Williams, half point PPR. Give me Javonte Williams.
Dang it, man. I don't like Javonte Williams at all. I don't like
I
used to like this guy. Like I used to like him when he came into the league.
His rookie years.
Yup. That's exactly when. And it's like, dude, I fell off that train so heavily. You know what I mean? But I'm going Jaden Reed. I know. Like I'm going against everything that I said and staying away from Green Bay Packers wide receivers. We don't want Devontae Wicks. We don't want Jaden Reed. We don't want Christian Watson. We don't want Romeo Doubs this week. But at the same time, if I'm picking one wide receiver out that bunch, it's going to be Reed. I feel like he has the ability to be able to get the separation needed.
It was injured.
Is Jaden Reed injured?
So hold up.
You almost made me say some. I almost said some profound language when you mentioned
what
Wicks.
you gonna say? Say it.
No.
He said no. Let me see. I didn't know that Jaden Reed was on the injury list.
So I just saw something. It was like Jaden Reed expected to play week 2.
He is questionable.
So yeah.
I mean, you must think he's gonna score in the end around. That's what that is. Because he does take the end arounds.
No, he said he's expected to play.
Yeah, he's expected to play.
It's his calf shin. So it's like, he'll be all right. I think he'll be okay. They say he didn't show up on it. They say he didn't show up on the injury report until Friday.
I know you gotta stick up for your cousin, and I respect it. Without love, I'm not touching anybody over there unless they get another quarterback in free agency or trade for one. I'm not doing it. He hit that accept button in that trade.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. See that, Deshaun? He accepted that trade quick.
Smart man right there.
And then also he said 4-point touchdowns. Goff, Stafford, Herbert, or Baker. It's gonna be Goff or Baker for me.
Goff. Yeah, Goff or Baker for sure.
I might roll with the Bake Man. Might.
Who are they playing again?
They play each other.
Oh man, dude. I'm going Goff. I'm going Goff. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be an East Side shootout.
4-point TD. Okay. So Stafford, Herbert. Where is Herbert playing?
On the road against the Panthers.
It's
gonna be an ugly game.
Oh man.
You know what? Screw it. Give me Baker. I'm taking Baker. I'm doing it. Give me the Baker, man.
Ooh.
Hey, Jamar.
I'm taking Stafford.
I'm taking Baker too.
Taking Matt. You taking Baker too? Y'all's gonna jump me like
Baker.
this?
I am. I'm taking Baker too. And that's it. For me, it was either Baker or Goff, in my opinion. Herbert don't got a bad matchup either. Yeah.
Okay.
Herbert don't got a bad matchup either. No, that's cool. I can see that.
Only thing with Herbert is he doesn't like who's his number one receiver? Exactly. And then I thought I was thinking like they don't have a receiver right now, and they're gonna be run heavy with Jim Harbaugh. So it's like, all right, let's Jared Goff.
Oh man. All right, fair enough. So good luck to your kills. All right, we're gonna be wrapping up soon. We'll be wrapping up soon, people, because we still got to get ready for the games. Still got things to do. If you haven't done so already, join the Discord. I also mentioned DFS on the Discord. I'm be posting my lineups here soon. Once again, the last time I'm gonna say the weekly advice: don't panic. It's only been 1 week. And then we'll take this last one here. Warrior Loft. He says, "Am I crazy to start Jalen Daniels versus the Giants over Mahomes versus the Bengals?" Not crazy, but so Daniels' value obviously is the legs. That's the obvious reason for Daniels being in a lot of discussions today. Because he's gonna give you the points on the ground. He ain't got to necessarily be the best thrower in the football right now, or be more so the best comfortable person in that offense as far as staying in the pocket just yet. But he's gonna give you value with the legs. That's just what it is. But I mean, if you want to roll the dice on that, that's fine. But and I understand Mahomes, against the Bengals, that whole thing. But I just feel like the Chiefs, knowing that history and how bad the Bengals are, I think Mahomes and that offense is about to light them up. That's how I feel.
And dude, you basically said it perfectly, Jamar. Like everything that you said is like spot on and exactly what I was about to say. So I'm still going with Mahomes. But no, you're not crazy, Warrior Loft. Shout out to Warrior Loft. That's the homie. That's we feel like Warrior Loft is family up on this show. So
absolutely,
we appreciate you. We appreciate you chiming in this morning.
All right. So with that being said, like continue the conversation. Join us on the Discord. I'll post the link one more time for the week. But before we close out, Deshaun, where can they find us?
Pretty much, man, you can find us everywhere where podcasts are: Apple, Spotify, Pandora, things of that nature. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, man. Like we got people from Twitch. We got people coming up on like the Instagram. Like we got people coming from like everywhere. Make sure you check out all our social media platforms that we have available. Continue to like, continue to share, continue to tune in with us, guys, as we, try to get you to be able to win your fantasy matchup this season.
All right, and this is the absolute last one because he just happened to sneak it in. Joe, all right, real quick. 12 standard PPR, Purdy or Goff. I have Bijan, ETN, Aaron Jones, Kupp, and Devo. Taysom, hate the bench. DK this week. Purdy or Goff. Goff. I want to say Goff. I know.
Yeah. Who is San Fran playing?
They're on the road against the Vikings.
That's going to actually be a good matchup. And Goff has
the Bucs.
Goff has who? The Bucs.
I'm taking Jared Goff.
I can still see Purdy gets his. So 2 things to note. The Niners did lose to the Vikings last year somehow, and the Vikings are by far the most blitz-heavy team in the league. Just 2 things to note.
I'm going Goff.
I still think Purdy still get his 2 touchdowns that he normally accustomed to getting, but Goff in that game environment is super hard to ignore. So, all right. In closing, with that being said, Mr. West, Mr. Reed, Jamar, we will see you all next week for week 3.
Hit that Discord, please. We will be still updating you guys, like as far as like matchups go throughout the day while we're handling like our regular routinely schedule.
Yes, sir. So till next time, bear down.
Adios.
Go Colts.